Hey, good evening. Today, I wanted to share with you something that I found very challenging. Articles that I had read from Life Church. Uh, and I just wanted to share them with you, so bear with me. It has to do with the issues that we face today. And I want to just let you know that just about every believer wants racism to stop. But that's different than working to stop racism. And wanting to stop racism does count, but that's only a start. Now, we can't solve all the problems that are out there in the world. We probably won't even get everything right, but we have to get a little bit better. So we do need to start. We do need to get better. And we know there's been some tragic things that have occurred over the past few weeks, really. And I won't go into what they all are. I think we're all very well aware of the things that have happened. But to choose to be a follower of Christ is to follow the example of the way he lived his life. Dr. Martin Luther King famously pointed out the difference between the Good Samaritan and the other two travelers in Jesus' parable. And he said it was in the question that they asked. The religious men, they just walked on by, wondering, what will happen to me if I do something? The Good Samaritan stopped and reversed the question, what will happen to the man if I do nothing? Unfortunately, we've all had a lot of opportunities to see on the news and social media what happens when people do nothing. And if we believe racism is the opposite of Jesus' command to love our neighbors as ourselves, then our goal isn't just to not be racist. Our goal is to oppose racism alongside people who are experiencing it. Because ultimately, the temptation to overlook racism or just simply let somebody else handle it is a temptation to overlook Jesus and let someone else love him. As he pointed out in Matthew 25, whatever you do to the least of these, you do to me. And there are practical ways that we can get better. We really can. But we might have to speak up someday. And there could be a reason, there's all kinds of reasons, really, why we're afraid to speak up. Maybe you feel like you're not a part of the problem. And if you're not a part of the problem, there's no need to speak up. Maybe you just don't know what to say. You have no idea what the right words are. One of the key phrases that are out there that I've heard is, all lives matter. It's true. All lives do matter. Yes, they do. But that's the exact reason why black lives do matter. John 3:16 puts it pretty plainly. One does not negate the other, though. All lives matter response to your hurting neighbors and a hurting world is not the message Jesus followers should want to send. What if our cities told us all roads matter every time we mentioned a pothole? And when Jesus left the 99 sheep for the one, it wasn't because the 99 didn't matter. If we think justice for someone else means injustice for us, then God may have to do some work in our hearts. And isn't there always room for God to do some work in our hearts? There's all kinds of reasons why we might think, I don't know if I really want to jump into this. You might be worried about what your family and friends will think. And to be honest with you, I'm worried now, just because I'm saying this. People who disagree with you will probably speak out. But Jesus reminds us in Matthew 25 that whatever we do for the people who are oppressed, we do for him. And likewise, he goes through the trouble of pointing out that the opposite is also true. And so whatever reasons we have not to act and not to love, now is always the best time to do what you know in your heart is right. And I'm not going to tell you. Let the Spirit guide you in what is right. We all have different opinions. There's all different things that are going on in our minds, all different experiences that we have. But let's approach this world and these issues in a humble way so that we can be well equipped in love to treat other people as the Good Samaritan treated the man who was injured by the side of the road. God bless you. God love you. And let's all bless the Lord together. Have a very good night.